Most people fear failure. They avoid risk, protect their comfort, and stay in familiar routines. But failure is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. Every successful person has faced setbacks, defeats, and moments where the world seemed to close in. What separates the winners from the rest is the way they respond. Failure is not an endpoint, it is a stepping stone towards growth. J.K. Rowling faced dozens of rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, yet he persisted, honing his skills until he became legendary. Failure is a mirror, showing what doesn't work, what needs improvement, and where opportunity lies. Embracing failure means letting go of the fear of judgment and the need for immediate success. It means seeing setbacks as feedback, not condemnation. Every mistake contains valuable information, if you're willing to look. Every failed attempt is practice for the eventual victory. Champions don't avoid falling, they learn how to land, rise, and adapt. The first step towards success is acknowledging that failure is inevitable. Instead of fearing it, welcome it. Analyze it. Learn from it. Understand that every failure is training, molding your mind, and preparing you for the bigger wins ahead. To succeed, you must first embrace the lessons hidden in failure. Success is not for the fragile or the timid. It is for those who can withstand setbacks, disappointments, and rejection. Failure builds resilience, the inner strength that allows you to keep going when everything tells you to quit. It is the mental toughness developed through adversity that prepares you to seize opportunity when it finally arrives. Serena Williams lost matches, faced injuries, and endured criticism, yet her resilience allowed her to dominate tennis for decades. Every setback she faced was a lesson, a chance to adjust her strategy, improve her skills, and come back stronger. Resilience turns failure into a tool for growth, not a source of discouragement. When you embrace failure, you train your mind to endure discomfort and uncertainty. You develop patience, persistence, and courage, qualities essential for long-term success. People who fear failure often give up too soon, missing opportunities that are just beyond the first obstacle. Champions know that resilience comes from learning to fail intelligently, failing forward, and using every mistake as fuel. The more setbacks you endure and learn from, the more unshakable your mindset becomes. Resilience is the armor that protects your ambition and keeps you moving toward your goals, no matter how many times you fall. Failure is not just a lesson, it is the foundation of unstoppable strength. Failure humbles us. It reminds us that no matter how confident we are, there is always more to learn, refine, and improve. Without failure, we risk arrogance and stagnation. Embracing setbacks forces you to evaluate your weaknesses honestly, understand your limitations, and adapt. Elon Musk experienced multiple failed launches, bankruptcies, and public scrutiny before achieving massive success with Tesla and SpaceX. Each failure taught him something essential about strategy, engineering, and human nature. Humility is not weakness, it is a strength. It allows you to accept feedback, correct mistakes, and continuously evolve. Self-awareness grows when you fail. You begin to recognize your habits, patterns, and areas that need improvement. Instead of blaming others, you take ownership, understanding what you can control and what you cannot. This clarity shapes better decisions, more effective strategies, and greater long-term success. Champions view failure as a teacher, not a punishment. They welcome the lessons it brings, even when they sting. Every failure provides insight, perspective, and an opportunity to improve. To succeed, you must cultivate humility and self-awareness through embracing setbacks rather than fearing them. Nothing fuels determination like failure. When you experience a setback, you have a choice. Let it defeat you or let it drive you. Those who succeed use failure as motivation. They channel disappointment into energy, frustration into focus, and rejection into relentless pursuit. Cristiano Ronaldo faced countless defeats and criticism, but he transformed each failure into a reason to train harder, perform better, and dominate his field. Determination grows when your goals are challenged, when success is not handed to you, and when you realize that only relentless effort will yield results. Embracing failure makes you unstoppable because you no longer fear falling. You understand that every mistake is temporary, but the lessons you gain are permanent. Your determination is forged in adversity and strengthened by every challenge you face. Without failure, determination has no test. Without setbacks, motivation can be shallow. by confronting failure head-on, you create a deep, unwavering commitment to your vision. Every obstacle becomes a reason to push further, work harder, and prove that setbacks cannot define you. Innovation is born from failure. Every time something doesn't work, you learn, adapt, and discover new possibilities. Failure encourages experimentation and sparks creativity because it forces you to explore alternatives when the obvious path doesn't succeed. Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before inventing the functional light bulb. Each failed attempt revealed what did not work and brought him closer to the solution. Failure is a map that guides innovation and opens doors that success alone cannot reveal. When you embrace setbacks, you stop fearing unconventional ideas. You explore solutions others avoid because failure is no longer a barrier. It is a guide. Creativity thrives in the space where mistakes are allowed and learning is constant. Champions view failure as a tool to discover new approaches. They are not limited by fear, but liberated by the lessons of each attempt. To succeed, you must allow yourself to experiment, fail, and innovate relentlessly until you achieve breakthroughs. Success is fleeting without strong character. Failure shapes your values, strengthens integrity, and teaches patience. It shows you how to handle adversity with grace, take responsibility, and treat others with respect even when things go wrong. Oprah Winfrey endured poverty, rejection, and hardship early in her career. These failures shaped her empathy, resilience, and work ethic, allowing her to inspire millions worldwide. Character is formed when we respond to failure with courage rather than complaint. Embracing setbacks also teaches accountability. You learn to confront mistakes honestly, reflect deeply, and make intentional changes. Character built through failure becomes your anchor, ensuring that your success is sustainable, ethical, and meaningful. Champions understand that the way you handle failure defines you more than the wins ever will. Strength of character ensures you rise stronger, wiser, and prepared for the next challenge. People fear failure, so they avoid taking risks. Champions take calculated risks because they understand that the path to success is paved with uncertainty. Failure teaches you that even if you fall, you can recover, adapt, and try again. Elon Musk risked his fortune repeatedly, launching ventures that seemed impossible. Each failure was a lesson, not a verdict, allowing him to innovate and create industry-changing companies. Risk and failure are inseparable companions of progress. When you embrace setbacks, risk becomes less intimidating. You learn that failure is temporary, lessons are permanent, and the act of trying itself creates momentum. Champions take action despite uncertainty because they trust in their resilience and ability to recover. To succeed, you must take bold steps. You must risk failure because it is through experimentation, challenge, and discomfort that extraordinary results emerge. Success without struggle feels hollow. Failure allows you to appreciate victories, milestones, and progress. When you face setbacks, each achievement carries weight and meaning that would otherwise be absent. Michael Jordan often spoke about how his early failures fueled his gratitude and motivation. Every dunk, championship, or award was sweeter because he had been tested. Gratitude arises from knowing what it feels like to struggle and fail. Embracing failure creates humility. It reminds you that no success is guaranteed and every accomplishment is earned. Gratitude strengthens resilience, fuels determination, and encourages you to continue growing without entitlement or arrogance. Champions understand that appreciating success is part of the mindset. Failure enhances every victory, making it more meaningful and empowering. Short-term losses often disguise long-term gains. People who avoid failure seek instant gratification, but champions embrace setbacks for the long game. Every mistake teaches patience, perseverance, and strategy, essential elements of sustained achievement. J.K. Rowling's early rejections delayed her success but strengthened her story, her writing, and her impact. Serena Williams' injuries and losses shaped her legendary career. Failure is an investment in your future, temporary pain for lasting success. The unstoppable mindset sees each failure as a deposit into your growth account. Lessons learned compound over time, preparing you for victories that others cannot imagine. Champions think long-term, enduring short-term setbacks for lasting results. Embrace failure as part of the journey. Every stumble is progress, every defeat is training, and every lesson learned is a step toward long-term success. The ultimate lesson is simple. To succeed, you must embrace failure. Stop fearing mistakes, stop avoiding risk, Treat every setback as a lesson, every defeat as training, and every challenge as opportunity. Failure is not shameful. It is the roadmap to mastery. Your mindset determines your results. Commit to learning from every error, growing stronger from each obstacle, and persevering when others quit. Champions are not perfect. They are resilient, courageous, and unstoppable because they use failure as fuel. Now is the time to act. Take risks, make mistakes, push past fear. Each attempt brings you closer to your goals. And if you want more guidance, lessons, and motivation to turn failure into success, subscribe to my channel. Join a community of unstoppable people who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Your path to greatness starts now. Embrace failure, rise stronger, and succeed beyond imagination. Here's the ultimate truth. Failure is not something to fear. It is the source of your power. Every setback, every rejection, every mistake you've experienced has prepared you for greatness. Champions don't avoid failure. They harness it. They study it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to climb higher than anyone else thought possible. Think about it. Every successful person you admire has a trail of failures behind them. Oprah Winfrey faced poverty, rejection, and hardship early in her life. Yet those experiences built her resilience, character, and vision. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but that rejection became the motivation that drove him to become the greatest. Your failures are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Embracing failure transforms fear into courage, doubt into determination, and setbacks into unstoppable momentum. Every time you rise after falling, you grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared to handle the challenges ahead. Failure is not a pause in your journey, it is part of the engine that drives your progress. Now it's your turn. Stop fearing mistakes. Step boldly into action. Learn from every misstep. Fail, adapt, and rise stronger each time. And if you want to continue building your mindset, growing your resilience, and mastering the art of turning failure into success, subscribe to my channel now. Join a community of unstoppable people who refuse to settle, who embrace challenges, and who transform every failure into victory. Your path to greatness is waiting. Take the first step today.